Good morning.
Hi.
Good night.
Good
It's so
evening.
weird.
It is. It really is.
I'm starting the best day, for a month. It was funny. We're gonna. I'm gonna talk about the waking up and the best timeline I possibly
Hmm.
can. So, 3:58 this morning. Um, I hear like Pete woke up. He's getting ready for work, and he always tries to be super quiet.
Hmm.
But for some reason, I'm like, he was not super quiet. I was like, this is the best possible timeline. But then I had to go in and remind myself, like, oh, how wonderful it is to have a man getting up, preparing for the day, getting get ready, and he came downstairs. He made himself breakfast. I was like, I am
Nice.
slacking. First life ever. No, yeah, he's just because it was 3:48. I mean 3:58. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna lay back down. If
I
you want to
have
get up that early, go ahead.
yeah, I have a I have a strict rule with myself, and this will likely change. But I think I might be more like Pete in that like sometimes I just like for a long time, probably because of my Navy life, but who knows. For a long dang time, I just like wake up at like I get 2:22 a lot. Let's just say that. I get 2:22. I always look at the clock as soon as I wake up and I get 2:22 and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, Adrian, if you start your day at 2:22 in the morning, you're going to be fucking toast by noon. Like going back to bed. Like I have to make myself go back to bed.
You
But
know,
I think when the boys are older, I want to be like, yep. I started my
yeah,
day
I
at
don't
2
think
a.m.
2:22 is that bad. You can go to bed at 5. It's okay. My kids go to bed at 7 p.m. and we go upstairs at 7 p.m. And well, we go upstairs. We try to get them ready for bed, but we never get them in bed by 7 p.m.
Right.
We do when they're getting up early too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
when they're not getting up early, they're not tired. So we go upstairs, we do our star chart, and we talk about the day. The kids always have to tell me, what they do. Gabriel and Grayson go to the gym, so they have to take off their shirts and show me their muscles,
Nice.
typical boy stuff.
That's adorable.
Um,
I look forward to that. What do you mean you do your star charts?
so yeah, we just started this. Not just, we've been doing it for quite a while. Um, During the day, Pete and I will give them stars, and it's stars for when we were trying to
Oh,
get them
okay, okay,
going.
okay.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a chores and rewards. I'm
Yeah.
thinking astrological, and I was like, what? I did not know that
No,
you were that interested in
no.
astronomy, girl.
I mean, I like it, but no, did you ever go into you know those people that really love like crystals and rocks and stuff? They're like you can get your energy from them, and I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm listening to them. That's a frequency I don't understand because my mom was really like, you can
yeah.
feel the energy, and the energy. Silas is like that too. He's like, I love
Interesting.
when you just feel the energy, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm not gonna say you're stupid. I'm not gonna say you're
Right,
crazy because I don't understand it. I was
right.
like, it's on a level that I
Yeah,
just don't
yeah,
comprehend right
yeah.
now. Doesn't mean you don't get energy from rocks and all that. Why not? Why not? I just and when we talk about stuff like that, I tell Pete, I'm like, I just want to understand.
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't. No, nobody has ever said anything to me that made it click. So I don't understand. But again, just because I don't understand doesn't mean it's not real,
Right, right.
or
That's a
it
great.
doesn't mean it's not true to somebody else. It doesn't. It just I mean, you can say the same thing. When I was an atheist, just because I didn't understand what energy was, just because I didn't understand spirituality, doesn't mean it wasn't true. It just means I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
Mm.
No,
But
that's
anyway, what were we talking about before?
that was such an awesome way to
Huh?
I don't know. Oh, I just your responses clip worthy. I had to note the time so that I can make you go back later and take a clip because that was a great one.
About our vaccine
Oh
misinformation.
my gosh. Okay, tell me what
No
happened.
vaccines. What
What?
the hell?
Is it like AI heard us like we said the word vaccines?
Probably.
Because like that's probably like I mean like in the filter, like I have to picture I have to like I have to deal with like the internet because like what is it? Like most of it's bots anyways, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah. So they probably picked something up and then
Right. It's
like
gotta be like
that's
it had to
fine.
been
Yeah.
something, yeah. But then they need
Did you
like
go look at it?
I couldn't figure out how to I couldn't figure out how to get
Oh,
it.
that's right. But you would have to log on to Riverside
Okay.
to see that.
And then look at
And
that time. Okay.
it said it was available. They removed it, and I was the only one that could see it.
Oh, interesting.
So
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
I'm not.
Um,
I was gonna say I'm logged in as me on my YouTube account, but I am subscribed, dude. That's
but
I
think
love
about how
that.
cool this is. 49 people
That's
saw
crazy.
that before it was taken down.
That's
How
crazy.
amazing.
That's so
We didn't
cool.
get new subscribers. I'm just like 49 people were
That's
willing to
crazy.
open their heart, click
And
on that
listen,
link, and see what we had to say.
I
And I'm
know,
so grateful
wild.
for it.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
I'm like, that is so cool. 49 random people around the world
I know.
just interacted with us.
That's so great. And like that's
Odds
it's
of that happening is so minuscule that I'm like, how amazing. Like put a if you guys are watching this, let me know where you are. Like what brought you here?
yeah.
Why are you listening to us? Like
So
it's so cool.
are you going to be a huge comment reader or is it going to have to be like select few? Because like I've heard that.
Depends on what the comments say.
Well, right,
They're like,
right.
you suck. I'll be like, all right, I'm just gonna leave this alone for a little bit. I'm not emotionally ready for this.
I'm not ready for the real facts that nobody cares about what we're saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's the funniest thing is right. The funniest thing is, like, in all honesty, like, with the potential for all of that to happen. There's my son, Benji, loves watching this dude Downey live. In fact, if I ever get the opportunity to introduce Benjamin to Michael Downey of Downey Live on YouTube, he takes like his job is taking vacations and like telling you like cool things. And so we started taking like the railroad. And so we started Ty and I, he got on our radar because he's reviewed is it the Rocky Mountain blah blah blah. I can't remember the one that runs from Seattle to
Keep talking. I can hear you. I'm gonna
okay.
grab something real quick.
Okay. Anyways, it's the one that runs from Seattle to I think Chicago eventually, but the Montana's like where you really want to stop. Anyways, he's taken that train, and so I was doing research because we really want to start taking trains. Like, what a fun mode of transportation. And anyway, so that's how we got on our radar. But both my boys are super into because we've got trains that run near our house. We hear the whistles like all the time. We love going out to like go look at them. My youngest one goes, "Oh, dang!" His first words, Andrew's first words were hi train," not mama, not papa, not brother,
I
not
changed my
high
first name
train.
to my mama. She's just a milk factory.
I didn't hear mama for probably 3 or 4 more weeks after high train was like and it was only the only words he would say when he would hear the whistle. Yeah.
My kids' first words were all "dada, daddy, dada, dada, dada."
That's cute.
Yeah, and I'm fine with it. It's easier for them to make the D noises.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we or both because we call Ty Papa. Um and so both boys, well, Andrew picked up Papa really fast. He was saying Papa really fast. Whereas Ben, I think he took a little bit longer, but now it's his favorite. It's his favorite thing.
Yeah,
Papa, 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 Papa.
it is weird. I think when you're, because Pete was deployed when my kids were little, so it's not like I'm saying my name a lot. Come to mommy,
Right.
or come to mama, or um, I guess you just didn't. But when you're there, and I'm
Yeah.
talking to Pete, go to daddy. There's
Yeah.
daddy. Oh, but they're not like, go to mommy, go to mommy.
Right, right. They're already there. Yeah.
So I think that maybe they just hear dad, da da da
I
da.
think so. I think so. Because like Andrew would be hearing Papa way more. We weren't even sure for the first like 3 months of Ben's life what Ty wanted to be called. And so like we called him Dad. Like, here's your dad. And then like one day, maybe it was 3 weeks, maybe not 3 months. No, I feel like it was whatever. Anyways, and so like we didn't even know. And then we did call each other Mama and Papa in front of Ty, like or in front of Andrew,
Right.
Ben constantly, but yeah, Andrew hears Papa way more. I don't know about high train. I don't know about high train. We don't say hi to that many trains. No.
I don't know why it's so funny. It's just like, I feed you. I'm up all night. I changed my schedule in the train.
Fucking he'll wake up, that kid will wake up
Trains.
every now and then. So it only goes if it goes south, it goes north. But it doesn't happen daily. But it generally happens the same day. So if it's headed south late, you're like, no, you're gonna come back by my house at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna have to deal with Andrew going because he does. He wakes up and he goes, hot train, and he tries to walk downstairs to our window, our front window. You can see the trains if you just like put your head at just the right angle. And so he will try to go downstairs to watch the train.
Behind you. It just looks like it's covered in a blanket. It's just laying there,
Hey.
like lady.
Okay.
Haunted.
It's not. It's not. Although, on that note, my priest and his wife are coming tomorrow for lunch, partially so we can tell them the news, and partially so we can get my house blessed because it's that season. Go find an Orthodox
Oh,
church.
hold on, wait, there's a blessing season.
Oh yeah, you can go.
Please do tell. I had
Absolutely.
no idea. Do ghosts
Absolutely.
only come out in this season?
No.
What's going
I just learned it. I just learned this. I don't know all of it. I don't know if this is like big T or little T tradition. So I don't know if it's like dogma. I don't think, yeah. But so January 6th, the Orthodox Church celebrates the baptism of Christ. It's a huge thing. We all go out to water sources and we bless the water in the hopes that beautiful things spring forth. We're celebrating, the true, that's like day one of Jesus gets to work essentially in the church. Like he's obviously got a life from being born up until that moment, but there's like not much. We don't know much.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, I'm
and
pretty sure he died at 33. It was a good 33 years.
right.
33? I'm just like, shit.
I don't know. I
Thought
He
it
was,
33.
I couldn't tell you.
I never
That's,
read the Bible. I don't
yeah,
know.
well,
just know little
I don't know if
snippets.
that's, I don't know that
But it
that's,
is between us, yes.
I don't think that's like actually in the Bible. Like, I think you have to like actually know the Jews and like the cycles.
Timelines and stuff.
Yeah, I think like that's it because I don't know. Like I think it's all like speculation maybe.
You keep talking.
Okay.
Oh, now I need to know how old.
Anyway, so on the 6th of January every year, the Orthodox Church blesses the waters, which means that there is a plethora of holy water around. And so what I just learned from my friend today was that you really have until the entrance, which I think is this Sunday. Let me double check. Hold on. Yes, I have
While
a
you're
prayer
double
book.
checking, Jesus
Yeah.
was likely between 33 and 39 years old when he died.
Yeah, 33 and 39. We just don't know. We just don't know. Oh, dang. Okay. The meeting of our Lord God and Savior Jesus Christ, which is on February 2nd. It's always on February 2nd. So the tradition is you have until February 2nd to get the house blessed. I think priests will come out any day, anytime, as long as you schedule it. Be like, hey, they're not going to be like, I need it blessed now. I mean, Maybe. Really, in all honesty, an Orthodox priest would be like, yeah, no, I'll be there in 20 minutes.
What does what does a house blessing look like? What is
Oh,
your expectations for that? Because when I think that, I'm like, they're coming in and they're like, demons be gone, ugh. And like I don't know.
kind
I've
of,
never
yeah.
had a house blessed.
Yeah, no, so we the it all depends on so in Eastern Orthodox there's like the Church of America, the Greeks, the Russians, the Antiochians. Currently, the closest church to us is the Antiochian church. So the Antiochian Archdiocese is like their power structure.
Antiochian,
Antiochian from Antioch.
Antiochian. Okay, got it. Okay,
So they
forgive my
sing.
ignorance.
No, it's okay. So they sing certain things in a slightly different melody. So I'm gonna have to sing a small bar. But what we do, there's a bunch of prayers that the priest reads, and a lot of it is casting out anything that would want to be there. So there's a list of prayers, very specific prayers for blessing a house. And he has holy water with him because we just made a whole bunch of holy water on January 6th. So, and then you just walk through the house and you sprinkle holy water on like
So it's
literally
like an
everything.
energy clearing, just to
I mean,
get
like,
the
yeah,
old
people
gross energy out,
basically,
good
yeah,
energy
basically, yeah,
coming in.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
No,
Um,
I see. Um,
yeah, some people like, I think use sage to do something basically the same thing or salts or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, it's just basically energy. Everything is energy.
Yeah,
That energy builds up, and
absolutely.
you, by bringing somebody in of a higher energy, a higher frequency, they can. The whole thing, like the holy water or sage or whatever it
Right,
is that they're using as a vessel to clear,
right,
plus their own energy. Yeah,
right.
because there's power of intention.
Yeah, 100%.
Everything that we do, we give out energy. Everything.
Right,
I'm pouring some tea right now. We're talking. Everything is the output of energy.
correct.
So it's really, and it's the, like I always say, that the frequency of energy put out is, you just feel it. Do you ever like go somewhere where there's just somebody walking, like you're having a bad day, you're feeling like crap, and then there's somebody that is obviously of higher frequency, and they give you a little smile, and then, you know, and you're like, oh, it felt so good, like the energy transfer. They just got a little close to you, you felt good, and then it's almost like Gabriel was saying. He said, "Oh, I heard something about Jesus was just like a say like a everywhere he would go, just he had like this aurora around this
Yeah,
frequency around him, and
yeah,
everybody just became better
yeah.
just by being around Jesus."
Right,
And I was
right.
like, "Oh, that's interesting." So that's kind of along the same lines as of the
For
energy
real.
output,
Yeah,
the frequency.
yeah,
That makes sense to me.
yeah.
Like I'm trying to have it make sense in my mind, but it's basically saying the same damn thing. It's just
Yeah.
I have to make it make sense in my mind.
No, I really thank you for sharing that with me. Not to sound like anyways, thank you. Like it's so
Like,
it's well, no, you know how like there's like those always like apologists, like the what is it, the postmodern apologists, like thank you for sharing your feelings with me, and then like it's usually like and then they're
no,
gonna
it's
start on their
not your
tyrant.
fucking
Yeah,
feelings.
right, kinda. I don't, so I don't mean it like that. Um, I love getting to hear you work through those things because I have my own like individual thoughts that go along with them. And it's so fascinating how it's like the beautiful way to illustrate or articulate like what it feels like when you're in tune with somebody and their thoughts. It's like as you're talking, it's just like extra little reverbs in my head. So like things that you say, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I was like dead on, like, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, yeah, I see what you're seeing there. And then like adding my own insights to it. Like it's really fun to hear your articulation of how you work through all of that because
It is
it
weird.
helps me work through mine too.
Right. Yeah. No, it's and you say things like, "Oh, the blessing." Oh, okay, energy clearing.
Yeah,
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 I understand it now. I get
yeah.
it. Right. And it's just I think for me is I don't believe that God, it may very well could be, again, it's just my belief.
Right.
I just, I don't believe that God, or interchangeable, the universe, or the consciousness
Mm-hmm.
um, that we have is of a material world. So we
Mm-hmm.
live in a material world. We live in a three-dimensional matrix, or as it makes sense in my head, we are experiencing a simulation within the third dimensional plane.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And does that make sense?
Yeah, no, totally. That's I think that's one of the reasons I got so excited about sharing that Joe Rogan with you
Yeah, no,
was
no,
because I was like,
yeah.
surely this has got to be like that's the closest way I think I could relate to your understanding of the simulation theory, I
No,
guess.
okay. No, yeah. So when you were talking about, like, I didn't really hear when they were saying all the scientific proof. I didn't really hear him
Okay.
say any scientific proof. All I heard him say was stuff like, "I'm a physicist. I'm this. I'm that,"
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
like I needed to make sense to me. And I was like, I get
Yeah,
it. I get that. Um,
but could you tell us what that proof is?
Yeah, like
I
Joe Rogan could
think
say, "Hey, there was you got this in recording. Why don't you show that to oh, that stuff doesn't matter." Yeah, that does.
yeah, right, right,
That
right, right.
matters. Like that does matter, but but I think that's not going to that's going to be
Right.
hard. There's going to be so many skeptics that are like, "This is rigged," you know. There's
Right,
going to be
right.
so many of that.
Yeah,
So,
like there's, I was gonna say
it's
how many
hard.
people, like especially with AI and like all the freaking dupes that are out already. I mean, like it's gonna be very soon. It's who knows what we're gonna be looking at on the internet and how are we gonna be able to identify what is and is not real in that sort of a thing.
Well, I
So
have a hard time right now.
right, right, for real,
Like, I
dude.
don't know what's real. Well,
Yeah.
I do know what's real, objective truths, and that's what I try to stick in. I was talking to my friend yesterday about this. I would love to like do something with her. Like, our conversations are really good too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bring her on. I mean, like if she's comfortable ever, bring her
Yeah.
on.
I would also love if I could get Pete's mother to come
Mm.
on one time. I think that would be interesting. I think she did a good job raising him. So I'm like, tell us your secrets.
Yes, please. I see that.
What
Okay.
people want to hear,
I
just like
have,
you did.
that is, I don't know how recent this is. So I don't know if this is like since I became a mom or if this is just like since I've unlocked whatever recent level up. Like if I'm just like on the next level and I'm like I've leveled up recently, I'm pretty sure. And so like that's just like part of the new perks. But like I feel like every woman I look at that has somebody who looks like could be their child or I know is their child, like the first thing I think of is shit, tell me your secrets. Like I was such a spaz. There's this guy at church, his name is Jacob. He's cool. He's like younger. He's in his early 30s. He's single, ladies. And he's a really cool dude. He's just trying to figure out himself. I don't think he's actively dating because he doesn't, like, he's like, I need to, I need to figure out Orthodox Christianity.
Imagine being that self-aware at a young age, I assume. At a
Mm-hmm.
young
Mm-hmm.
age where you're like, I can't bring somebody else into my existence when I'm broken.
Yeah.
I need to fix myself
Yeah.
first. Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine being there when I was younger because
Yeah.
I'm
He
there
left.
now.
Yeah.
And
He
now I have
left the,
to fix everybody else because I've
he
already been
left big
fixed.
tech in California. He was like in big tech and financing in California. And he was like, this isn't right. This isn't right. And he left all of it. Like he went in like his first move was moving up to a ranch in the middle of nowhere, Washington, Eastern Washington, and working for the ranchers and moving cows. That's all he did. Rough, tough, hard farm work until he was like, okay, now I'm ready to maybe graduate. And so now he's working, doing maintenance and stuff like that at the casino, I think, or maybe the resort. I can't remember. And like so he's working his way through, but like through maintenance. But like the dude is like he's a brilliant dude. Like you don't just get to become like in your late 20s, because he's in his early 30s. So in his mid and his late 20s, he was like set, like he was done with college. He was working, making fantastic money in California, doing financing or tech or whatever. He was like, wait, nope, this isn't it. So crazy. Anyways, where did I get off that? I met his mom. Anyways, and I did the most spastic thing. I was like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. I couldn't even like, I didn't want to be like weird and be like, tell me, your son's like a stand up guy. How'd you do all of it?
That's not weird. Do it. I'm do it. I'm like, how hard did you have to hit your child? That's good. Like, yeah. No, do it. But imagine how great she would feel.
I hope so.
Because that's what I want. I don't want people to tell me I'm pretty. I want
Right.
people to say, what are your secrets?
Your children are really well adjusted.
Yeah, and then they don't listen to the answer.
Mm.
When I lost all that weight, people were like, what are your secrets? I was like, I just learned how to love myself. And they're like, yeah, but what else? You'll figure it out when you
Yeah.
learn how to love yourself.
Yeah.
You want to know my secret?
Yeah.
Marcus Aurelius says it. You can be good today, but instead you choose tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah,
Like we're gonna start that diet tomorrow.
yeah,
And then
for real.
tomorrow never comes.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just stop putting off the important shit.
Mm-hmm,
Stop putting off the important stuff, and just make a promise to yourself and do that promise.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
do it. And
It's
people don't
you
want
feel better. It's like it's such a cool domino effect. Like you're saying exactly where I was like probably 4 or 5 years ago before any of this like God stuff or anything was like even a blip on my radar. I just realized that I wasn't becoming like a decent person. Like I didn't enjoy being around myself, and I was like depressed and angry. And my husband and I weren't even married. I guess if I'm saying I might have the years wrong, it might be longer than this by now. Anyways, my point is, I realized that you just have to like treat yourself. Like you have to like treat future you as like somebody who's worth treating. I love getting people presents. And so like now I'm like, okay, I got 45 seconds. Let me bust out as many dishes as I can. So it's less for future Adrian. And then if by the grace of God I get all my dishes done, then good job, future Adrian. Like, go play with your kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't just sit there and I took this time to do these dishes. Don't waste that time that I gave you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll love this. I think Stephanie sent me this quote. One moment, let me pull this up real quick. Oh man, it hit me too. I was like, oof. Like I feel that.
Just so you know, my foot moved over here if anybody hears.
Ha ha ha.
So I just want everybody to know I'm not on that type of level with you guys yet. Did you ever see that video where that woman is just like eating breakfast and she just gets up and goes and then sits down and it's like a normal thing, and I'm like, I don't do that when I'm alone.
No.
Not when I'm eating,
No. Although I don't know. I'm a belcher though, so I'll just like blah, like burp just as loud as I can because A, it feels so good, I feel like. And two, if it's just me, I want to see how loud I can get it.
Like that is like, what do you do when behind the doors where there's nobody around judging you? I still don't fart when I eat.
Yeah, it's weird.
Please, no, go away.
Yeah.
Pretty good sniffer, so I'm like, I don't want to smell that.
Yeah, I think I remember Ty is also I found it. Ty is also one of those like super sniffer people. And so he doesn't like onions because it makes you smell like onions. And so I mean, I don't really enjoy the flavor of them either. But I think that they're necessary to cook with, which is really hard because I have to be. Yeah, I know your kids eat the most disgusting thing. I'm violated. I'm triggered just thinking about your children snacking on mayonnaise and onions. Like
I don't do it anymore.
I know.
Oils. Yeah, no. Mm.
Okay, let me read you this quote.
Okay.
Okay. I got a different definition of procrastination yesterday that made me sit up. This is the quote, procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God owes you another opportunity to do what you had time to do, end quote. Yeah, like, and that's something I work on, but I'm a procrastinator. I'm a procrastinator to the extent of just being fully despondent. Like I will straight like I have a drawer of my paper mail and I just put bills in there that I'm like I don't need to pay this right now. I'm not going to pay this right now on principle alone. Bye. And it just goes in a drawer and I'm like fuck
I get a bill and I'm like, it needs to be paid right now.
yeah. It's not the only ones it's medical bills from when I had both my boys. The midwives took for dang ever to send all the bills. Like I didn't get just like one bill after X amount of months like I did with Benjamin. I got like one bill. We knew exactly how much we were paying months in advance. And with these guys, they're like, this is how much you're going to pay, but maybe it'll change. So who knows? We'll let you know. And so they just were sending me like every update. And I'm like, listen, you're not getting paid until I know how much I owe you. Like I need to know that this is close because I also need to know what that final number is. Plus, I want to make sure that every single charge is legitimate. Like I haven't seen you guys in 4 months. Why am I still getting bills? Like,
Yeah.
anyways, so those just go like in a drawer to wait. And then one day I'll be like, today's the day. Today's the day I'm going to look at that drawer. And I empty it out. It's really close to getting that day because I can hardly open it anymore. But that's just like, it's my little despondent drawer. Anyways, procrastination to the point of despondency
Everybody
is.
has a drawer. Like I have a drawer that I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, I just don't know what to do with it. And it's usually, yeah, I'm not a procrastinator.
Mm,
But I do have issues
I envy
where
you.
I'm like, I don't want, like, I want to be thrown into something. I don't want to have to figure it out beforehand. Like, Pete's like a preparer. And I'm like, let's do it. Let's just go and do it. He's like, yeah, no, we can't do that.
Yeah,
We need
Ty.
to prepare. And I don't want to do that.
No.
I just want to do it.
Yeah, ditto.
That's me. I don't like the preparation. I'm like, if we prepare, I'm never gonna want to do it because I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna think of reasons why I don't want to do it. And like, I'm ready right now. Let's go do it right now. He's like, but I don't know how to do it.
Me either. We'll figure it out.
Try. But we're very different,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's what makes us work.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know if I told you about our trip when we took a trip in COVID. We had a whole trip planned to Spain, and this is before
Yeah.
the jabbies.
Yeah.
So it basically you had to take COVID tests,
Right.
before you could go and show proof of that. It was ridiculous, but it was right during the first, like, the lockdown.
Really early. Yeah. Yeah.
They
I remember
opened
that.
up everything, and they were like, you can travel, but you have to go through all these hoops. Okay.
Right.
Well, we had a whole trip planned to Spain, and then they were like, you can't come, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks. And Pete's like, I don't have 2 weeks. You have to quarantine for 2 weeks there and then 2 weeks back. And we're like, what? That's so... Or, no, you had to quarantine for 2 weeks back in the UK.
Right.
Because Spain wasn't within their accepted place.
Right.
So the airlines were like, here's a credit. Not a credit, you have to change the plane ticket over.
Okay.
So we ended up, because we already had babysitters, it was just for Silas and Simon because Gabriel and Grayson went back to the States. And so it was just Simon and Silas. We had the babysitters already, so we're like, let's make it work within these dates. And it was like last minute. It was within the week before we're leaving. And we're like, Germany's on there. Let's go to
Yeah.
let's go to Cologne. I didn't know anything about Cologne, and we just, like, it was even before. It was like 2 days in advance. We didn't
Yeah.
go to a hotel. I ended up booking this hotel, We didn't have any hotels. We just went day by day and just found a hotel wherever the hell we were.
Nice. Oh
And
man,
we
that
did
sounds like so
a
much
10-day
fun.
trip. And I was so scared because when it comes to stuff like that, because I'm like, I want to know where I'm staying. I want to know if I'm going to be comfortable.
Right,
Is
right.
really what it was. And the first night we flew into Cologne and then we started driving south towards Munich. We were on we're going to do the Romantic Road. I don't know if you know what that is. Anyway, we just like, let's go do that road. Let's just drive it. Let's see where that brings us. I booked a hotel on my phone, and it ended up being like a trucker's hotel on the side of the interstate or the motorway, whatever the hell it's called over there. And I was like, this sucks. We're in there, and it's a heat wave through Germany. It's so hot. And we get in there, and the air conditioning is not working well at all, and it shuts off every like 2 hours. So you have to go and wake up and turn it back on when you get hot. And the beds were the tiniest beds I've ever been in. And these duvets, they don't even go around you. And I was a heavier then, but it just covers. Most of the duvets around here do. Like we have
Right.
floating blankets in America.
Right.
These cover the top of it. And it's like the smallest bed, and I'm pulling this blanket up, and I'm like, I would rather just a sheet, but they don't have sheets in Europe.
Right.
They don't do top sheets. So now, since that trip, I carry a top sheet with me. I do. I prepare myself. I carry a top sheet because I was like, I just want a sheet. It's hot. I don't, I just want a sheet. But yeah, that was the worst night's sleep I've ever gone. Oh yeah, we walk in and there's like spiders in the corner, and I'm like, this is gross. And that was the worst night we spent there. The rest of the time was just great.
Oh, nice,
It
nice.
was so great. We just had fun, and we just woke up and did whatever the hell we wanted that day. We didn't have restrictions because we didn't have hotels.
Right.
And it was nice. It was really nice. We drove cross country from when we left your house that time, and when we transferred
Yeah.
over to Japan, and we
Yeah.
stayed at your house. I think we went to go see Carrie, and then we drove from
Washington.
Seattle to Virginia.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't have any hotels planned.
Nice, nice.
We just did whatever, and that was fun.
That's one of my favorites.
And that's what I want to do now. But then I'm like, it's hard. It's easy when you just have. It's easier in the United States because I kind of know it. It's harder when you go to a different country and you don't speak their language.
Yeah, yeah.
It is harder, and it's also harder because I'm like, I don't think I would ever do that if I went to, like, say, Peru,
No.
or but I wouldn't mind Germany because it's safe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going to Norway and doing it, or even Spain. I wouldn't mind that. That was safe. Italy.
Central America's like riddled with.
What was that?
Yeah. Oh, I was saying not Central America. It's riddled with.
God, no.
It's so unfortunate. So unfortunate.
No. that was a trip of a lifetime. I'm just like, I paid all this money, and I know this sounds so selfish. Talk about white privilege. Here you go. Here's white privilege at its finest. I'm gonna say it's Western privilege.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than white privilege, because I don't really believe the white privilege thing. I believe in rich privilege. I believe that people that have money are more privileged. So Western privilege. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, all these people that are like, the United States is terrible, the UK is terrible, like all these, like, we're so terrible, we're like, it's the worst place to live, have never been to Cusco. Like, you go outside of the place where the cops are, where they're protecting you, and it is rough.
I bet.
Rough. I
Yeah.
didn't feel unsafe, per se.
Right.
It was just like this hill going up, and they're slaughtering animals, and then there's dogs peeing and pooping. It's running down this hill where they're selling food on the
Yeah,
side, like
yeah.
right on the ground, So and like there's just pee going into all these fresh fruits and or
Yeah.
fresh these fruits and vegetables into the down at the bottom where it's just muddy and gross and I'm like "Ugh," and the smell I'm like oh god and I felt so bad because I'm walking around like "Ugh." And I can't help it and these poor people are just like I feel so bad. And I'm trying not to.
Right.
I'm trying not to because I'm like, this is how they're living. They're okay.
Right.
Like, they are okay living this way.
Right.
And they're
Right.
happy. They're smiling.
Right.
And I'm just like, I would not be happy because I'm not used to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not something I'm used to. This to me, I'm like, hey guys, if you stop slaughtering the animals up there and bring that stuff down here, like think of a more efficient way to do this. That's disgusting. I'm like, why?
You're not wrong though. I mean, like you're not wrong. Like what an inefficient, like that just speaks to what an inefficient way to handle and conduct your business. That's like, I mean, like,
It's so gross. Or I'm just like, hey, people selling fresh lettuce literally on the like. There's pee. You can see the pee. You can see the pee going onto this all of your lettuce from those wild dogs. And you're
right.
selling that to people, and I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Better watch your fruits and vegetables. Yeah, when it says product of Mexico next time, you might do a
watch.
little double I want to double check.
Yeah. And then I was like, I can't eat here anymore. I'm just gonna fast for the rest of the time I'm there because I'm like, I don't know, man.
You
And
told me that. I laughed so hard.
that restaurant we went to was like Avocado House. It was so good. The
Nice.
first time we went, it was like the most delicious fresh fruit. And then he's like, "Let's go here," and I'm just sitting here looking at this avocado salad, and I'm like, "I'm not getting the salad." I can't, I can't fucking do it. I can't. I'm so. But yeah, but
I get it
Ecuador
though.
is really nice. Ecuador is great.
I would love that. Yeah.
I remember going down into the little park that was there. Oh, it was funny. We had this tour guide took us around and did everything, and then at the end, I was like, "Oh, I want to go in that little park because yesterday I went and there's a whole cup of mango, and it was $1."
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh my god, this is so." So I was like, "I want to go there," and so we asked the tour guide because it was a private tour. It wasn't supposed to be, but we were the only ones that showed up, so it was a private thing. And I was like, "Okay, cool. So can you drop us off like right here?" It was like a block away from the hotel, and he was like, "Oh, you just you gotta be careful, you know." And I was like, "Okay, Dad." Like, shut the, like leave me alone. You're a tour guide. I was like, "Yeah, thank you." But then he just kept going on and on and on. That's why I was like, "Okay, Dad. Like,
Okay.
let me just go and get myself some mango."
Right.
You know, I didn't feel threatened at all there, and I'm like, it was so nice. The weather was nice, and
Nice.
it was like being right there at the equator. I would think it would be hot, but it really wasn't. It was nice and cool. We went to what was the name of that? We went to
Hey,
places in Ecuador because
Andrew's waking up.
okay.
Do you want to pause it or get off for the night?
I'm gonna get off
Okay.
because I have to get the kids up in 15 minutes anyways. So
Okay. Sorry, gotta bail.
that's okay. I'll talk to
All
you
right.
later.
All right. Bye, friend.
Get banned. Bye.